to say hello, oh, oh, hello, oh, oh, hello.
Welcome back to the DLOH, your mental health toolkit. I'm Denisha Abear, and I'm so glad you're joining me today for another important episode. Today's topic is one that affects so many of us: anxiety. Whether it's a general sense of worry or stress about a specific event, anxiety is something we all experience at some point in our lives. But for many people, anxiety can become overwhelming, affecting everyday life and mental well-being. In today's episode, we'll break down what anxiety is, why it happens, and most importantly, what we can do about it. I'll also share some practical tools to help you manage anxiety when it shows up. Let's start by defining anxiety. It's a natural biological response to stress. When we feel threatened, whether physically, emotionally, or mentally, our brain's fight or flight response kicks in. This can cause symptoms like heart racing, shallow breathing, muscle tension, and an overwhelming sense of dread or worry. While anxiety is a normal part of life, it becomes problematic when it's constant or disproportionate to the situation. When anxiety is persistent, it can interfere with daily activities like work, sleep, and relationships. In recent years, anxiety levels have risen globally. One major current event contributing to this rise is the COVID-19 pandemic. The uncertainty surrounding health, job security, and social isolation during the pandemic has caused spikes in anxiety. Even as the world adapts, many people are still feeling the lingering effects. Additionally, global conflicts, the climate crisis, and economic instability have left many feeling on edge. For example, many people have experienced eco-anxiety, a term used to describe the fear and stress related to environmental damage and climate change. Just this year, we've seen devastating wildfires and floods around the world. Events that not only cause immediate danger, but also create a lasting sense of insecurity about the future. These situations are real and understandably cause anxiety. However, the goal today is to give you tools to manage anxiety when it begins to feel overwhelming, even in the face of such difficult realities. One of the best ways to manage anxiety is through grounding exercises. These help to bring you back to the present moment. When we're anxious, our minds often race into the future, worrying about things that haven't happened yet. Grounding techniques help us focus on what is happening right now in the present. Let me walk you through a simple grounding exercise you can use anytime you feel anxious. It's called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. The first thing I'd like for you to do is look around you and find 5 things you can see. This could be anything from the trees outside to the coffee mug on your desk. I'll give you a moment. Next, name 4 things you can physically feel. It could be the ground underneath your feet or the warmth of your sweater. Now, name 3 things you can hear. Maybe it's birds chirping outside, the hum of a fan, or your own breath. Name 2 things you can smell: the scent of your coffee or maybe even a candle burning nearby. Finally, name one thing you can taste. If you're eating or drinking something, focus on the flavor. This exercise helps to ground you in your current surroundings and gives your anxious mind a break from future worries. It's simple, yet profound, and it brings yourself back into the present moment. Let's try another one. Another helpful tool for managing anxiety is box breathing, which helps you regulate your breathing and calm your nervous system. We did this in the first episode, but let's try it out again. Here's how you do it. Inhale slowly for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale slowly for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat for several rounds until you feel more calm. Box breathing is used by professionals in high-stress environments, including athletes and first responders, to stay calm under pressure. This technique can be a great tool to use during moments of intense anxiety, whether before a big presentation at work or while reading unsettling news. By controlling your breath, you signal to your body that you are safe and can calm down. One thing to keep in mind with breathing techniques is that it's best to practice these techniques when you are not in an intense state of anxiety so that you are able to use them and reap the benefits of them when you do experience intense anxiety. It's almost like making a deposit into a bank account or making a deposit into your mental health toolkit. Practice your breathing techniques on a daily basis during lower levels of anxiety or stress so that your body can recognize your ability to calm yourself down. And when you are experiencing high stress situations, your body can use that muscle memory to help guide and regulate your nervous system. Now, let's connect this to a real life example. Over the last few years, more people have been working from home. And while working from home has its benefits, it also has blurred the boundaries between work and personal life. This has led to higher levels of workplace anxiety, with people feeling pressure to be available 24/7, juggling more responsibilities, and facing constant video calls. This anxiety can be compounded by economic uncertainties, such as layoffs in industries like tech or media. If you're feeling anxious about work, it's helpful to set clear boundaries around your workday. For instance, designate a specific space for work, set strict work hours, and practice mindful transitions, such as a short meditation or a walk before and after work to signal to your brain when it's time to start and end your day. Another tool that I have for you is reframing negative thoughts. Anxiety often stems from negative thought patterns like imagining the worst case scenario or believing that everything will go wrong. A useful tool for managing this is cognitive reframing, a technique where we challenge our negative thoughts and replace them with more balanced, realistic ones. For example, if you're feeling anxious about an upcoming meeting, you may think, I'm going to mess up and everyone will think I'm incompetent. Reframe that thought by saying, I've prepared for this meeting and I'll do my best. Everyone makes mistakes and one meeting won't define my competence. Reframing your thoughts helps break the cycle of negativity and remind you that your thoughts are not always reflective of reality. Anxiety is a complex emotion, but with the right tools, it can be managed. Today, we talked about grounding techniques, box breathing, and reframing negative thoughts. These are all practical techniques you can use anytime anxiety feels overwhelming. Remember, anxiety may be a normal part of life, but you don't have to navigate it alone. Seek help when needed, whether it's through a friend, a therapist, or a support group. And don't forget, mental health is just as important as physical health. Thank you for joining me on this episode here at the DLOH, your mental health toolkit. If you found today's tools helpful, be sure to subscribe and tune in next week where we'll be talking about how to build a self-care routine that supports your mental well-being. As always, this podcast is neither therapy nor a substitute for therapy. If you feel you need professional support, please reach out to a licensed mental health provider. Stay well, and I'll see you next time.